Q&A with y'all if you have questions for Joe about poetry, about, about his just how to write this stuff. It's years of work and all kinds of stuff.
Any tips on running the bus?
Yeah.
How much is the book?
Book's only 16.
$16?
Yeah. Yes.
Do you still play with spoken word? You said you started out that way.
I started out with spoken word, and it's who I am. I'm actually working on my next spoken word CD now.
Oh.
And this is going to be my this is my first officially published book. This next CD is going to be a friend of mine in San Antonio started out I forget the name of the label because she just started it today. She started a music label for spoken word artists. And she approached me a long time ago about it when the idea was just in conception. And some friends don't have to ask you for things. Some friends are like, hey, this is here, there's gonna be that, show up. And you're like, okay. You know what I'm saying? And not because you're just gonna do anything for anybody, but because you trust their integrity and what have you. So if there's anything this book did for me that I'm grateful for, is that it lit a fire that I thought was out for quite a long time. And I find myself writing much more often, which I very much needed to because it's who I am. And I think about the poem that you heard Joe read earlier. Matter of fact, if all y'all could do me a favor in the spirit of crowd participation, let me see if I can find that one real quick. Yeah, the poem that you heard Joe read at the beginning of the evening was a poem that I wrote for a reading we had earlier in the year. For those of you who may have just arrived on Earth, last November this really dark cloud showed up. You know what I mean? And dark clouds, they have a way of, sometimes dark clouds have a way of impeding things like joy or common sense, stuff like that, and it leaves everybody in a disarray. And a number of my friends were like, how do we do this? How do we get past what's going on? And I told them at the meeting, I was like, we have all we've ever needed. And that's everything in your skin, and that's everybody to the right and left of you. We have each other. You know what I mean? If you're an artist, I don't care what you do. I don't care if it's poetry. I don't care if it's music, singing, dancing, if it's hand puppets. And for once, I won't even judge miming. You know what I'm saying? Whatever your art is, because there's no wall. What is that? It's nothing. But what I will say, whatever you do it even more than you've been doing it. We spent 8 years flourishing under someone who kind of didn't mind us being ourselves, who got out of the way while we were ourselves and made a way at the same time, him and his wife. Well, more than now. And the way I see it, now that we don't have that, it's a reminder now more than ever that what we have is each other. So whatever you're doing, even if I don't see you do your art, do it for somebody. I need to know that it's happening. You know what I'm saying? Because we need to work together to affect each other, I need to be able to look at a sculpture and my day not go so bad, or I need to see someone dancing and be reminded that whether or not it's 4 years or it's 8 years there's clouds in town, that I'm gonna be all right regardless, And so what I want all y'all to do, if you don't mind, is repeat after me. I will do my art. I will do the work. I will be the example. My existence doesn't need your permission. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Yeah. Joe will be over there signing books, and please eat the snacks, enjoy yourself, browse, buy books, keep me in business.